So yeah, this is the famous Dreamhack Johnny. So some background, okay? When I was at Rebel, we had this high performance meeting, and it's basically just how I'm going to schedule my life and make the best lifestyle changes and everything, and how they can best help me to to perform as well as I can and reach my goals. And the goal is obviously number 1, 2017, best fighting game player of all time, etc., etc. Took some pictures. Let me see. So I have one of the things that's the hardest now that there's so many tournaments. I traveled back and forth so much, right? I traveled back to Coachella, then I went back, then I went back here in Sweden for a couple of days, then I not even a week, and then I went back to Dreamhack Austin, and then I'm going back for now. I'm back home here a week, and then I'm going back for Royal Flush, and I'm staying home 1 or 2 weeks, and then I'm going to Smash Splash, and I'm going to Dreamhack Austin, and then Evo, and so on and so on. And even the fall this year is going to be super crazy and super stacked. The main thing, right, is how the fuck do I keep my high level up and keep improving? One of the things that were hard before were that, even though I got good in 2015 and stuff like that, and 2016, the problem was that sometimes you just burn out. It's really hard to fix problems when you don't have any real time to think or any time to take a small break. No real structure. All the time you'd get home, you'd be fucking jet lagged as shit. You have post-tournament sickness, that's very common. And what would happen essentially is that it would be really hard to start the practice before the day or two before traveling. And sometimes I wouldn't practice at all those few days when I was home between tournaments. Moving to the US is not an option yet, or honestly ever, but regardless of being at a tournament or not, I basically set up myself so I have on every about Wednesday. It changes sometimes, but I definitely try to decide the date before I do it, before the tournament even if possible. So now it's Thursday. I was supposed to do this yesterday, so I blame stuff that I'm not going to go into right now. But basically, before the tournament, I'll say okay, this is the day when I need to start practicing. And regardless of what happens, if I win, lose, whatever, on Wednesday, I usually need to start practicing. Monday is usually travel back day home. Tuesday usually super fucked with jet lag and stuff like that and travel. And I can play Tuesday, that's no problem. I can play Monday as well. I usually do play some of the flights, but I need to set up my schedule and reset sleep schedule and really get back into the routine and the process of getting better. I have a due date, so I don't just keep fucking taking forever to get back to my normal routine and they just go to another tournament and keep fucking it out even more. So this is basically, I'm not going to do some of it right now since I spent so much time explaining this, but essentially I'm going to have this time. Sometimes I'll do something else depending on how the tournament went and what I kind of want to talk about. It will be mental notes, how did I think during the mango set, how did I think during the music set. And this time it's going to be a lot about mentality and what I think about. And then sometimes it's just going to be reviewing VODs, what did I do wrong. And then some other ones are going to have just a lot of planning for the next one. If I go to an HF LAN or a European tournament, those tournaments aren't the biggest ones. So the post-mortem of those tournaments are going to be more focused about what can I directly take from this into the next tournament. Then I'm also going to start planning ahead a little bit, but that's separate. So going back a few weeks, actually I decided to go to Coachella how long was it ago? It was a long time ago. I just I'm gonna go. Rebel got me tickets, and then I didn't really think about what would come close. So I had a pretty good practice schedule. I actually felt like I did a lot of practice, and I was all right, I can spare the week of Coachella. I wanted a mental reset before the summer. It's obviously gonna practice super fucking hard before the summer and during the summer. And honestly, I didn't really think that Dreamhack Austin would be that big. The prize pool wasn't huge at the time. I looked into it, decided to go when I planned my Coachella, which was a month ago or so. I didn't really see that many big tournaments, so it's all right, Dreamhack Austin will be the practice tournament for Royal Flush. Get back into it. Maybe Armada would go. I knew Armada would go, but it's a lot easier to prepare for one top player than the entire top 10. So that was definitely a miscalculation on my part. I should probably reassess later. But essentially what happened was I took a week off of Coachella and I wanted to not play almost at all. And then once I got home from Coachella, I wanted to kick it up super hard in gear, boot camp the fuck out of it, and then play Dreamhack Austin and then boot camp super hard again. But what happened is, because Coachella is a festival, I got really sick on Wednesday when I started getting really sick. So the Wednesday after, and it actually, I'm still a little bit sick. I still have a runny nose, and I'm like seriously considering going to the doctor if it doesn't go away soon. But I feel like it's going away, but just very, very slow. It's like because I stressed my body a bit too much. It's like taking a lot longer time than it should. What essentially happened was that I did the strategy of like, okay, I get home on like Thursday, Friday. Friday it is. Yeah, I get home on Friday, exactly 1 week before Dreamhack Austin starts. Still sleep schedule fucked, and I'm like so sick. So I'm like, well, I can't reset my sleep schedule or anything because I'm so sick. I need to sleep right now. I just went with the method of like, like I'm sick. I'm just gonna like not practice at all. I'm just gonna focus 100% on sleeping, and it really only felt like a cold, like a really bad cold, but still a cold. So it was like, it's gonna go away. All the time to boot camp super hard on Saturday. I'm gonna wake up on Saturday. I feel fucking terrible. Still, I'm like, all right, I'll practice super hard on Sunday. This kept going on, and as it kept going on, I kept waking up. I started feeling more and more stressed, and a lot of anxiety because not only as it was getting closer, when I was playing, I also had no confidence because I was sick. I couldn't really perform when I was playing, like even in training. So I just felt terrible. I didn't really have any mental energy to even like review, do match review and stuff like that, which is honestly something I'm struggling with finding motivation for, but I've been getting better about it. But it's something I had a lot of trouble with doing now. So not only as I was like getting closer and closer and having less and less time to prepare, what happened was that the tournament got progressively more and more stacked. Or like I realized more and more how stacked it would be, and like holy shit, this is actually like almost a super major. I was like, fuck, I really fucking got to win. And then I looked back at my results. I was ashamed over my Genesis, my Smash Summit, my Beast. A lot, really ashamed. Like some people, like I don't want to be like that, but like even though I'm like 4th or 5th or whatever, to me that's a huge disappointment for someone aiming to go number 1. And it started building up this pressure inside of me where like I really fucking have to win Dreamhack Austin. I have to start off my the year of the Leffen, whatever, by just fucking dominating Dreamhack Austin. But I couldn't. I really wanted to practice, but I was just like, I can't. Instead I will, I'll study matches on the flight, I'll play on the flight, and hopefully when I get there I'll be, I won't be sick anymore. I'll be perfectly healthy once I finally get there to Dreamhack Austin, which is early Wednesday of the week, like, and Dreamhack Austin team starts on Friday. What first happens is obviously that during my right before I have almost like a mental breakdown, or like I kind of have a mental breakdown, like when I'm just leaving before the flight, because at that point I've been up like a lot of hours trying to like change my sleep schedule into American sleep schedule. I'm still sick and I still feel terrible, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, like I'm so stressed. I really want to perform well, but my body's just like not agreeing with me at all. I'm extremely tired. I can't find my shit, when I'm packing, and it's just like, oh my fucking god, this is so annoying. Like just having the worst day. But I still like, I'm sitting there like, should I just tell Rebel, I'm not gonna go, I'm sorry, I'm feeling too bad. Like I wrote out the message, I didn't send it. I wrote to the, like, I was this close to sending it. I was like, fuck it, I'll go, I'll try to do my best. This will probably be good practice. And then I start traveling, and I crash. I still feel terrible. I'm really sick, and I have like the worst combo of all time, where as I'm descending into New York? Yeah, New York. I'm like, I can't barely breathe because of my nose is being so bad. I'm sleeping and I have headphones in as the plane is descending. This is like, what I've read up on is like the absolute worst triple whammy for making your ears hurt. Like how your ears can like sometimes like, what do you call, like you can't hear anything, whatever. I don't know the English word right now. Anyway, like but it started hurting really, really fucking bad. Like, in my life, I've only had like one time where like this pain is like far beyond any other pain. That was when my appendix burst. But other than that, this was like that second here where like it hurt so fucking bad that I literally could not think about anything else. Everything just felt terrible. I didn't have any American money on me, so I couldn't even buy Advil or anything. I finally get it, and I'm sitting there. I get to my fucking layover, and like I'm in so much pain, and I don't even know what it is. I thought it was an ear infection because I was still sick. Like, oh, that's why I'm still sick. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Is it going to go away? Did like my eardrum burst or whatever? I'm in so much pain. And then I sit down, and it's a fucking United flight. And of course they overbooked it or some shit. And it got delayed like literally, I think, 6 hours or something, and we're just sitting there, and everyone's going crazy because they're like, oh, United overbooking, oh my god, and they start taking up their cameras and everything, and I'm just like in so much pain, trying to sleep, can't do it. And I finally get on the flight. I get there way later than normal, and oh my god, dude, like I was so knocked out. I finally got some Advil by asking people, and I just like super knock out, go on the flight, land. I get there, and it's like past midnight already, and I'm like, I should have practiced. Like I was planning on arriving midday and like putting in a solid 7 hours or something. And after this horrible day, which is still feels like the same day when I was back home, and like was so super stressed, and I look at my phone, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna order an Uber. Like, all right, Uber doesn't work here. I'm like, what the fuck? Again, I don't have enough money to take a cab, and I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? It's 12. They're like everyone's leaving the airport, so I just like, oh my fucking, are you kidding me? I can't get from the airport. Then it takes like half an hour, and then I eventually realized, like after being super fucking stressed again and sad, that I could have a ride to Austin, and it actually worked out. So I finally get to my hotel at like 1, and I go up to the hotel desk, and they're like, all right, that's my room, blah 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 blah, and they're like, all right, can you see ID? And I look at my pocket, and I don't have my passport, and I instantly realize that I left my passport. It like fell out of my pocket after when I was on the flight, and when I got on there with, you know, like, and just passed out, and I didn't look when I left it, or like left the airport. And I remember looking at the seat number and with my boarding pass, I'm like, holy fuck, I lost my passport. And this one, like, this is not just losing your passport, this is me losing my visa as well. And I'm like, oh my fucking god, is this really fucking happening again? I'm gonna miss the summer tournaments. Is that really what's fucking happening? Like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm so clumsy. I can't believe all this is happening. And I just like, I can't even get into my hotel room because it's like, I'm sorry, I need an ID. And it's just like 2 a.m. at the hotel room, and I'm just like, oh my fucking, I'm still really sick as well. I searched through my bags like 3 times, I can't find it. I'm like, holy fucking shit, I'm gonna miss everything. This is the worst. What if it's not at the like airplane where I thought I left it? Do I have to go back to the fucking airport at 2 a.m.? Like, what am I supposed to do? And this was also really fucking embarrassing. I didn't want to tell anyone that I lost my passport, and it was so fucking clumsy to lose my one visa. Eventually the guy's like, comes through, the homie, hotel clerk homie. He's like, oh, I googled you. Your face is all over the internet. You show me like your Facebook page or something, and we can get you sorted out. Finally get into my hotel room at like 3 a.m. or something, and I just pass out. Like I file a lost and found report with United. Finally get to sleep. I sleep for a real long time. Wake up like super late because I got to sleep so late. So my sleep schedule's fucked, which ended up fucking me over the week during the weekend. And at this point, I'm like, I don't even have a thought about playing Melee, because I haven't played Melee since like before I left to Coachella, really. Like, not actually like practice Melee before I left to Coachella. So at that point, I'm like, you know, I'm not even gonna, like, why should I bother entering, you know? Like, everything's going so wrong. I don't even know if I'll be able to compete after this tournament. But then I was like, I thought back to Full Bloom and how like I didn't compete there, and I realized the trend of like top players not competing. I'm like, fuck it, like, you know, if I can win now, I can win at every single tournament ever, because these are like hands down the worst kind of luck and like combination of circumstances that I've ever fucking thought about. If I can somehow pull together to pull out of even a decent performance, then I'm gonna fucking destroy them when I have a fair chance. And then Armada drops out. And that was like even more, where he has like he has a fine controller. I have spares with me if he really wanted to use them. He could have just asked me anytime. I have like typo certified, good back that is just, you know, like new fresh stick, everything. And he's just drops out. Oh my god. And what happened was that during Friday, during Thursday, I like mostly play Mewtwo and stuff like that. I wasn't really so I'll explain. Why didn't you say anything, right? Basically because I'm the opposite generally. Generally, I'm the type of guy that will overshare. I will make a big deal out of nothing, complain, whine, and honestly, what I thought, like, I didn't know at that point if I would ever get my passport back, but I was like, fuck it, you know, I'll enter, I'll do it. People want me to enter, it's better for the scene. So many people have recently like dropped out, so I'm just gonna fucking do my best, put in the work, and if I can win now, then I can win at any event, you know? What happened was that on Friday, it was just like when Mango showed up or like messaged me, oh, I don't want to play, I'm still drunk, I'm just like, fuck it, I don't want to, you know, I'm not gonna make the effort then. I'm not gonna spend even more of my energy. I'm still sick at this point. I was still sick the entire weekend. I'm not even gonna make the effort. If you can't even put in like the minimal amount of effort to show up sober, then I'm not gonna put in the effort. Like I knew that me and Mango could win, but honestly, I also kind of want to make a statement that like if me and Mango ever team again at an actual big tournament, Dreamhack Austin was only like $1,000, then I'm not gonna fucking accept him, you know, like half-assing teams. Like, oh, yeah, obviously we could win. We're two like of the top 5 teams players to get playing together in the team comp that he likes, and as he showed with SVAT, he could win. But honestly, it's not about that for me. For me, teams is not some shitty side event that you wake up drunk for. To me, teams is like a really fucking integral part of what I enjoy about Melee. So that's a big reason why I didn't compete as well. Other than the, you know, like the everything else just adding up and not making me want to like fight through and babysit Mango during that day. But yeah, then Armada drops out, and I'm pretty mad. But I also realized that like, well, fuck it. I didn't play a full bloom. You know, maybe I didn't really give any great reasons. I wish Armada would really compete, but you know, I put like a snarky comment or something, but I didn't really make a big deal out of it. I just tried to keep it inside. And you know, I play at the tournament. Throughout the weekend, I played pretty shit. I made a lot of technical mistakes, even during Saturday. Basically, went out strong in every game. Like I had good streaks in almost every set. 3-0 Crush, 3-0 Valdo, no 2-0 Valdo, and 3-1 SFAT pretty dominantly. But I lost to Mewtwo King and Mango to get 7th, which isn't, you know, like it's not too bad, honestly. Like it was kind of unlucky that I played those 2 people in that spot for 7th, but like honestly, I don't really care getting 7th or 5th or 4th. If it's not number 1, I don't care. Number 2, that's like a okay, you did okay prize. And honestly, it was just me. Like I thought my mental game was in it. You know, my heart was in it. I really wanted to try. I really tried to bring out the best I could, but it really just wasn't in, you know, in my hands. And like I hadn't practiced enough, and I honestly just let them slip away. I didn't really have after a couple of things went badly at key moments. I didn't really have the mental fortitude or the energy or the in-game skills really to pull through and come back. But yeah, props to Mewtwo King and Mango. I think Mango especially played very well against me. He always plays well against Fox though, so I'm not sure if this is really proof of him, you know, coming back, whatever. But I honestly thought Mewtwo King played pretty first game, but he got better. Yeah, Mewtwo King plays very basic and Tofu whatever, but he always plays very basic and runs up your left smash, the dash back grabs. That's his style, to abuse people playing bad. A lot of the time, at least. Sometimes, like during UGC, he didn't play it. So yeah, I tried my best, you know. I didn't do well. I didn't do badly either. Losing to 2 like good players, at least, even though badly. So I wasn't like, I'm not too salty about the tournament itself. I'm kind of sad with like the fact that I lost, kind of set up with this boring finals and everything, and then everyone started fucking Melee's dead, blah blah blah. You know, eventually I got a call. Rebel helped me as well with getting my passport back. It was at the airport, but like I honestly, at that point, it was already over. And yeah, like I went back to Sweden, still sick, got like fucking like delayed like 12 hours or some shit. United again, please never book me. United again, dear sponsors. I love you, but United doesn't love me. So yeah, like I basically had a layover to New York, and then I was gonna fly back to Sweden. But the first flight got delayed by like 8 hours, so like I missed the layover, so I had to take a different route. It was a mess. So yeah, that's honestly like my John story, I guess. You know, I realize that this is completely Johning, and like I feel like I still could have won. You know, if I just did a couple things differently. I definitely can do better than this still. I just didn't. A few key moments going differently, and I could have gotten more momentum, because I really felt like I needed momentum when I didn't really have the skills to back up. I kind of had to rely on like oppressing them and making them play bad, but they were honestly playing 2 on point, and I didn't get any momentum started.